for Nihon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Changing to
That's
the
fair.
correct scene rather than the
Alright.
game scene that I'm not
Check
using.
your audios. Make sure everybody can hear us. You can hear us. They can hear
Yes.
you.
I
We
have
can hear
checked.
them.
Seems like it. Yep.
Refresh my
The
page so my
colors
stream
are
preview says
bouncing.
I'm online. There we go.
The colors are bouncing. I'm good.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome everybody to this
Oh.
21st session.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Oh, sorry, I hadn't flipped live yet. So
oh, okay. Yeah.
There are no technical difficulties.
Are you live now?
yes.
Okay. So, me. Anyways, hello everyone, and welcome to this 21st session of In the Demon's Grasp.
Attempt
with
number
our-
2.
Yeah, tip number 2 and like a half and 3/4. Allie will be showing up here just a little bit later. Hopefully, she's had some issues
Emergencies.
making her just a little bit late, so we will catch her up when she gets here. So otherwise, we've got a pretty full team today. Woo!
Yay.
When
I'm
last
about half here. My brain's not here. Hi.
well, hi Banat. Welcome.
Yep.
So when last we left off, the group was getting set up for the night. The storm was coming in. Naya had found a rather nice spot for cover and sit up. They set up the tent. No pumpkin tonight for some reason. Who knows?
We also have a large blanket hung over a tree somewhere. So
Yep.
those of us not in the tent.
A mended
Have covered.
blanket has been hung. And Naya was set up for the night to take first watch, or were you trancing first? I know Midnight
I think
was
she
also
was
going
second.
to.
I was second. I was trancing at the end of our sleep.
Yeah,
So
midnight usually
was
takes
definitely
first shift.
set up to take it, and
So what I
as
miss?
always, Princess, nothing. We're
Nothing.
just getting started.
The
We're just
recap.
recapping. Yeah, you're good timing.
Hi, it's the 21st session. We are live, so if you want to go ahead and get all that started and up, and I was just giving a recap of what happened last time.
Happy affiliate anniversary to myself.
Yes,
Yay.
happy affiliate
Yay.
to Lily.
May you have many more.
Mm-hmm.
Happy
Any more?
anniversary. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Doggo is okay. I cleaned it up.
Okay. So are you live?
Yeah, I'm live.
Okay.
We did not explain what happened. We just said emergency.
Yeah.
Okay, so just for Allie's memory here too, everyone was going to sleep now, and that's kind of where we stopped last time. So I was just covering who was taking what watch, and that's where we're going to get started here. So Midnight is taking first watch while Naya gets her trancing in. A storm has come across. This is not the storm from the inland sea, which is almost constant, swirling around the rather large, murky whirlpool that is easily visible from the plains where y'all are. The waves at times are occasionally high enough to easily be seen on the horizon. A storm was coming in from the east, and it's a little bit of a thunderstorm. There's occasionally lightning, not too much. I mean, the inland sea storm is definitely, the fireworks of the night as far as storms go. So, Midnight, your watch passes without incident,
Yay.
and it's time to for you to get tired. Naya's probably woke up maybe an hour or two ago from her trance. Princess, where is Princess staying during all this?
Princess is probably perched up somewhere in the tree.
Okay. The tree that's not looked like it's been hit 50 times by lightning.
Yes.
Okay.
Because bird's eye view vantage point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bird's eye view.
So the sun is definitely down at this point, and almost as Midnight was getting settled up for sleep, Midnight, Naya, you have woken from your trance.
Okay, so I will press my long rest button.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
I still have green hair.
4 hours have passed. Midnight, Naya, and Princess. Over to the east, you see a different kind of light show here.
Uh-oh.
One moment. Hopefully this will switch it down. Do layer. There. That should be visible now.
A green
See
line?
the big green line?
Yeah, the green line between Inland Sea and the Marzen breath weapon mirror thing.
Yeah.
Is it like Aurora Borealis kind of light show?
Kinda, sorta, but a lot more real. It's not as flickery or, see-through. You actually see several green lasers, for our interpretation, but several bright green lights shoot into the sky and kind of curve eastward. Uh, and then shortly thereafter, you see kind of a greenish haze appear between these lights that have gone into the air that makes a very curved wall looking thing
Hmm.
in the
How
distance there.
thick of... Well, I guess we'll get a better
What
idea of how
the
thick it is
heck
as we
is
get
that?
closer.
And so this happened right as you were getting sit down, and the lights were bright enough in the sky that you could easily see the flicker, and it does provide light of the area. It's still pretty dark, especially with the rain going on, but these lights going into the sky seem to have broken the storm clouds that were raining on your parade.
Are we in danger?
I don't know.
In the distance, you hear the very, very soft tones of what sounds like a familiar song. Kind of sounds like Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb, but you're not certain about that. You don't know why you know that song, even though it doesn't exist in this world.
Dun, dun, dun.
Somewhere in the back of our minds, there's an image of a prism with a rainbow coming out of it.
So yeah, just as soon as the moon was starting to rise over the horizon, this happened.
Is it just
Not
constant?
freaky at all.
Yes, the lights are up, the haze is there.
How far away is this wall?
You can guesstimate. I mean, it's hard to tell from light, because light's weird that way. Whenever you look at it, it kind of brightens up the area. But you're pretty sure if you wanted to get there, you could probably get there in a day or so.
A day or so.
Okay. Well, I was saying that I wanted to try to see if we could figure out when we were at the thinnest point of the reflective sheen. I guess that matches. I think we found it.
Yeah, the lights go part way up there and are shooting upwards out of that reflective area. It does go straight up and then curve kind of eastward. Very, like the edge of a sphere or circular, it has that curve to it. As the mist does as well, that seems to be connecting the lights.
It's kind of
And
pretty.
it goes up into the sky, like I said, far enough that it actually goes above the clouds before it fully curves eastward.
When
You
we
can't
get
really see the
closer
very
to
top
it,
of the curve just because of angle and all that.
as soon as we're within throwing range of that, Naya's gonna throw something through it.
Please tell me you said angle,
Not
because that
me.
did not sound like angle.
I said angle.
Thank the stars it wasn't just me. I was like, did he just?
What did you hear
I-
me say?
No G.
No, it's not. It's not Twitch
Beigel.
safe. Let's continue.
Beigel.
Mine's
That's
out of
because the
gutters because I
angle.
didn't hear that.
I typed it to you.
Oh, no, I
I
definitely
didn't hear
say
that.
that.
I swear I heard that.
There
I
was
did
a G
double
there.
take,
I did not
like,
hear it.
huh?
I did not hear a G.
Naya,
Angle.
don't throw me.
But Princess
died
is the
enough
best throwing
already.
weapon.
So midnight, it's your time. You're getting tired. This has happened. Naya, you have just woken from your trance. This has happened.
Well, wake
Okay.
me up in the morning. Night.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it.
It shimmers in the darkness. The storm rages on. You hear some bugs and things over the course of the night that have taken refuge from the rain beneath your makeshift blanket tarp here, and
That's fine.
the night uh, passes without incident. Uh, as the sun starts to rise, those beams and the green wavy haze between them kind of fades, and as the sun rises, it seems to be gone.
Okay.
So
Cool.
everyone else wakes up. Everybody gets a full night's rest. So please do your long rest button.
LEDM.
All right, so
Right,
it went
though?
away with
I
the
didn't
sunrise.
sign up for this, fam.
Interesting.
Okay, long rest done.
It's a
Do I
night
have
wall.
to?
So maybe we don't
Yes.
try to travel through it at night, or maybe we do for science.
Okay. My
It
flower
looked about
staff
a
is
day
recharged.
out. So
So likely the
we're
next
gonna
time we rest, we'll be right up on it.
either right up on it or right past it.
Mm.
Who
So it
knows?
is still
If we
storming.
can't see it now, then we won't know if we passed it, will we?
We also won't know if we camp directly on it.
Right.
Oof.
So it is still storming a little bit, but definitely seems to be letting up as you all awaken. Naya, you've been kept company by a soft storm here, a big storm way over there, and the pitter patter of rain.
Yeah.
Did the tree get shocked in the night?
The tree that Princess was on, no, but that one that definitely looks like it's been hit a few too many times,
Got hit again.
definitely got hit a few too many times that night.
Oh no.
I wonder if there's like a metal lightning rod in it.
I want to search the tree.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Can I assist?
You can if you want to climb up the tree.
Natural 20?
Okay, I was gonna offer a guidance rather than climbing.
Atop the tree, actually sticking part way out of it, you do see what appears to be a rather smooth looking shard that looks almost like glass. It's very reflective.
I'm gonna take it.
Princess tries to grab it and pull it out, and it definitely seems embedded very much in the tree, and it feels very cool to the touch.
Very cold to the touch.
Yeah.
I need this. Someone come help me.
I will see if anyone else wants to go up the tree, and we'll just stand near the tree as like a support to try to give someone a foothold up because I'm fairly strong.
Yep. Naya is our
Midnight
strongest
is
member.
not strong whatsoever, so she should
I'm
probably not
strong,
be
but
the
I'm
one
not
with it.
acrobatic, so I'm just going to act as a foothold, basically, and propel people up if they want to go up.
Okay. If everybody who is going to help, if you would please give me a strength check. This
Hi.
is even if you're just helping lift them up.
Okay.
Like you and
Just
I, I'm
going-
going to take a group check here.
Phelan's just going to have like her arms crossed, looking at you guys. Like, is it a smart idea to be climbing up the tree that
Oh.
lightning struck
Oh,
you down
no.
on?
Oh, that's a save, not a check.
Oh
Sorry.
no, Naya.
Womp womp womp.
I would have emboldening bonded, but I didn't say it, so it's fine.
Well, you knew you were preparing, so if you
Felina,
want
that
to
was
do
stealth?
that, you can.
Oh, yeah, I clicked the wrong one. Sorry.
Yeah, I would have emboldening bonded between me and Colfax.
Okay, then go
Where's
ahead, both of y'all
strength?
go ahead and do the roll. And you
It's
can
at the
also
top.
guidance if you want to.
Oh,
The
Not
box is at
save.
the top.
So
Yeah.
6 instead of a 3. Still not great.
Natural 20
Oh!
from Kalina. That should help negate some of our threes.
Okay,
And it's-
Colfax, if you want. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I did say I do get 3 people, so I would probably also get midnight.
Oh, midnight? Okay.
Well,
Apparently,
I don't
I'm
know if
strong
Midnight.
bun.
Well, whoever's doing something, yeah.
I'm not smart bun. I'm apparently strong bun.
Yeah,
Well,
my
I guess
plus
since,
modifier did nothing for me today.
I guess since Phelan isn't rolling, I will take it. So
Yeah, Phelan just standing back watching, letting y'all do the heavy lifting.
Did you guys not hear me?
Nope.
She's gonna look at you and be like, "Is it
Oh.
safe to do this?"
Yep.
Yeah, she was looking at. She had her arms crossed and she's looking at all of you guys. Like, is this really a good idea?
yes,
She is silently judging you.
Basically,
it's
that's what she's
very
doing.
cool and pretty.
Okay, so the
of course,
two
it's worth it.
threes, the 2 3s have become 2 6s.
And I
She's-
need one from Princess as well.
Oh, Princess T. Okay.
So
Oh,
we've got
God.
2. Let's see if we can get 3.
Hey, 14 with a -2.
Hey, that's good. That's enough. So working together and tugging on this tree and pulling on this piece of metallic, whatever it is, and lifting it up. In the process, this tree has been hit. It's cracked. It's very charcoal-like in some places. In attempting to pull this piece of metal out, you actually like crack the tree in twain.
Oh
You pull
no.
down one side of the tree and it kind of pulls back like a banana peel. And
Don't
embedded
peel me.
embedded from about the top of this tree to about halfway down, and it's a rather large tree. Seems to be a metallic spike looking bit that looks more like a shard than a nail.
So you're saying this tree was lightning rotted?
So the tree grew around the metallic crystal shard.
It does not seem to touch the ground, and after working a little bit more, you can free it from the tree if you so desire.
I got it.
I don't know that we should.
It's mine. I found it.
Would it fit in the haversack?
It's
Can I-
definitely. Go ahead.
Can I attempt to chip off a piece with the farrier's tools?
You can do so.
A piece of the rod?
Yeah. Or the thing
What
at
if
the
it's
base.
some magic item? You don't want to chip it off and break it.
I mean, if it lets me break it with the farrier tool, it's not a very good magic item now, is it?
Okay, if
I
you're
guess.
trying to be
No, not
careful,
really.
then go ahead and give me a dexterity check with the benefit of your
Proficiency bonus.
proficiency from the tools. If you're not really caring and just trying to well at it, go ahead and give me a strength
I'm
check.
trying to be careful, but dexterity is not my strong suit.
I
But
also want to
neither
just
was
try
dex,
and
apparently.
figure
I'll
out
also
what
let
it
you use
is.
intelligence if you
That's not
feel
better.
more at ease. Okay. Sorry.
Guidance.
Yeah.
Well,
Good call.
I don't have that.
Well, I have emboldening bond, so
I mean, you can guide yourself, can't you?
Yeah, that's still going. This definitely didn't take so long as to use up that duration, so you're good.
I mean, guidance and emboldening bond do the same thing.
Yeah.
So, just one is a cantrip that I have to focus on.
So go ahead and give me your check.
I will cast Mage Hand to hold on to this thing.
Okay.
You said just straight dexterity, yeah?
Yeah, a dex check with your proficiency bonus.
With my proficiency is a +3.
Okay, so 17. Okay, so you pull out the farrier tools. Are you leaving it in the tree to do this, or is this after?
No,
Plus
I'm
one more.
taking it
they've
out.
tugged it out?
So it's an 18.
I've taken it out and I'm holding it
Okay.
with the Mage Hand.
I'm attempting to chip off a piece where it is, wherever it is right now.
So that's the order that things were working on. Is Princess and Midnight decided they were going to pull it out. Naya
Yeah.
said, "Okay, hold on just a minute," and is going to try and chip off a little piece. You pull out the farrier tools. You grip it with the tongs. You get the hammer ready, and you do the little ding, and it sends out a really high-pitched vibrational
Oh.
sound. It is very, it's a weird way to say it, but very metallic.
That's very
Mhm.
pretty.
And as it vibrates, it actually makes the tree crack around it, where it seems to be vibrating against this blackened charcoal-like structure of the tree. And it actually falls out on its own. Your mage hand holding the top of it keeps it from falling down completely, as it has just made its own little cavitation within the tree.
Okay.
You do not manage to chip off a piece, though.
Okay.
Is
It is
it like
very sharp at the bottom. If I had to describe it as a weapon, it looks like a long spear tip at the bottom that tapers very, very slowly up to the top. And then the little part that was sticking out of the tree is like a very sharp part on that end. So it's like a very long crystal that has a very short top.
Okay.
And getting a close look at
Is-
it, you can see your reflection in it.
Does it
Ooh.
look anything like the crystals that we encountered in Kashi at all, or is it completely different? It's just very reflective.
This is so reflective you can't even tell what color it is.
Oh.
As in, you look at it and it is reflecting.
Literal mirror.
Is it
Yeah.
Is it dirty at all being inside
No.
that tree?
No.
No charcoal adhered to it or nothing?
You pulled the tree apart, and as soon as you did that, the smooth face was looking at you. There is no dust as far as you can tell on it whatsoever.
Oh. Can I
Even touching it with your hands where the tongs touched it, there are no scratches that you can see. You see no fingerprints, no oily residue from where you might have touched
Absolutely
it or where Princess touched it.
pristine.
Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
try and figure out what this is?
You can certainly do so. I either need an Arcana check or an Intelligence check.
Well,
I'd
they're both the
also like
same.
to try to see if this looks anything like anything I've seen before.
Alrighty.
How's your Arcana?
No
I'm-
bonuses, but
Okay, same.
assisting is a help action, which might give you advantage if Fairdale lets us do that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. If you get a 10 or better, you're good.
Okay.
You can assist.
Okay, so if I roll a 10 or better, I can assist, or
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, if you assist,
18
you let the
though.
other person roll with advantage.
okay, well, you wouldn't
Okay,
have
so-
gotten the advantage.
Well,
Yeah, so go ahead and
I
roll
did
again,
18.
just without advantage. Oh,
Oh.
yeah, it shows the first one, doesn't
yep.
it?
18
Yep.
was
Yeah,
the
so
first
the
one.
18
Yep.
is what it would have been. Looking at it, and of course, this is after you've gotten it out of the tree. It doesn't appear to be iron, tin, anything like that. It doesn't appear to be a metal that you recognize whatsoever. The reflectivity of it is even stronger than like looking into a river or a lake that's completely untouched. Most of the metal mirrors that you've seen around the homes and stuff like that from Cache had some hue to them because it was just a piece of metal, and it didn't quite give off precise reflections. Like a copper mirror would still have that
Mm-hmm.
gold or blue look to it just because of the metal of it. You can't tell what kind of metal this is whatsoever.
But it's not like an actual weapon of some kind. It just somewhat
It
resembles
appears
one.
to be, with your Arcana check, you think it might be magical, but it doesn't seem like it. It just seems
Does it
extremely clean, and no, it's about 5 foot long, and at its
does
widest
this
bit, it's like half a foot.
does the structure look organic or does it look worked?
It looks as if it's natural, but not nature organic, but not living organic.
If this thing is spotless after
But it
having
doesn't
been
look like
in-
anybody has necessarily smithed it,
No,
basically.
It's not
it
been
doesn't
forged.
appear as if
Okay.
you see no tool marks whatsoever.
Okay.
Even where you tried to chip on it, there are no tool marks left from where your hammer hit it.
If this is so spotless after having been inside that tree, I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation on it and try to soil it.
Okay.
Let's
I'll
see if
just
it gets
grab
dirty.
a handful of dirt and throw dirt on it.
Well, you cast your spell prestidigitation on it to try and make it look dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens to it, but you look down and notice that your legs are suddenly covered in dirt.
It reflected the spell.
There was no bells, whistles, there was no sound, there was no
Hi,
light.
Docs. Thanks for following me.
You cast the spell on it and your legs are dirty.
I'm
Okay,
going to cast it again on my legs and clean
Naya's
them.
gonna gesture to Midnight for any of the other puppets that they have that might not be fully repaired yet. I'm just going to encircle the thing with them and try to cast mending and see if it goes to all of them.
And it is quite heavy.
Well, the mage hand's holding it up, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because it's still up and down. It slid out of the tree and poked itself a good foot into the ground.
Yeah,
at this point.
Naya's going to attempt like this is impulse
You
Naya,
can't-
so
For the record, Mage Hand cannot carry more than 10 pounds.
Okay.
It can, however, hold something up. That's leverage.
Yeah, it's not carrying.
Yeah.
It's basically just keeping it propped up right now.
Yep.
It is holding it upright.
Yeah,
Sorry
Naya's
to
gonna
bring
try
science
to
into the game.
angle herself so that the stuff is on the ground around it.
Okay.
So just various knickknacks or things with little tears in them.
Mm-hmm.
And then stand over and try to angle her spell down.
Okay, so you try and finagle it so that you can like see the reflection from where you are of the most things. The faceted side of this crystal, how it
Mhm.
is angled so clearly and cleanly. You can maybe see one at two things most in the side that you're looking at any one time. It's not
Mhm.
perfectly round. You know, it
That's
does
fine.
definitely have straight faces. You cast the spell, mending. Are you casting it on it, or are you actually targeting the things around it? Which of those are you doing?
I'm going to attempt to target it.
Okay. So you cast mending towards this reflective surface. A few of the phrase that are like around one of the puppets mends just a little bit, but not quite as cleanly. But you do notice the thing next to it also mends just a little bit, but not quite fully. It's as if the spell has been reduced in effectiveness,
Like the
since
spell
it
has
seems to
almost
be
split
affecting
in
more
all
than
of
one thing.
in
Yeah.
every direction that it went. And split pieces of the spell off.
Yeah, and none that you can see or that you can't see in that little reflective area where you were looking are affected at all.
Okay.
Fascinating.
That's really cool. I'm gonna
Well,
hand the puppets
into the
back.
bag you go. I'm gonna put it in my gnawing bag.
Okay, I need a strength check, please.
Oh, okay.
Naya's gonna back
Why
away.
not just put the bag on
Yeah.
top of it and just lower it down?
That was kind of what I had thought.
Alright, how are you gonna get up there with the bag?
Well, the mage hand will lower it down.
No, it is stabbed in the ground. It's about 5 feet
Yeah,
tall.
it's staked in the ground, meaning.
Oh.
Yeah, it slid out of the tree all on its own. You were holding it up and down.
Oh.
It was very vertical.
Oh, I misunderstood.
I mean,
My apologies.
alternatively, you send Princess up there with the bag upside down and you
Yeah.
drop the bag on it, but
But then we'd still have to get it out of the ground. And we don't want to pierce it either.
yeah.
So obviously I can't pick it up. A little help, please.
So Midnight goes up to it with this idea with the bag and pulling down the bag. Is like, we need to get out of the ground, and goes to lift it up and does. Okay, that ain't happening. So y'all now have this very tall metallic spike driven into the ground, pretty much.
Silent, can you help me?
You hear Allie? Uh-oh, did we lose an Allie?
No.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I was struggling. I, I was trying to shout someone out that rated me, and it wouldn't do it. So I was just like, "Help!"
Ah.
Naya's gonna sigh and attempt to kind of pull it out of the ground at an angle, at least tilt it a little.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength check. Add 2.
So that's 17 and then add 2.
Yeah.
So that's 19.
Okay, so Naya, your nice cleric here walks up and says, "I'll handle this," and wraps her hands around it as best as she can. Again, it feels very cool to the touch. It's not freezing, but it's cold. It definitely is sapping the heat from your hand as you're touching it. You lift it up, and as you're pulling it up from the ground, you do manage to lift it, but this thing is heavy. Uh, it's
Yeah.
taking
Here's
all
the
of your
bag.
strength
Here's the bag.
to lift this up.
Yeah,
And
Naya's
you,
attempting to pull it up just enough that she can kind of let
you
it
lean it
drop at
against
an
your
angle.
shoulder,
There we go. There we
and
go.
Princess manages to move the bag down it with a quick swoop, and it disappears into the bag.
Do I get nibbled by the bag as it passes my shoulder?
No, I'm assuming you would have let it go for the bag
Yeah,
to get to
That
the
would have
places
that
on
would have been
you
the hope.
where,
Yes.
yeah.
All
So
right.
the bag,
I don't know what it is, but I've got it.
so eats this up. So now you have a half a tree standing, a half a tree on the ground, and a bag of gnawing.
Yeah,
Naya's going
All
to
of this
look at
took
the
maybe
charcoal
30
tree.
minutes, not long
Naya's
at all.
gonna collect some of the shavings of the charcoal tree. Just
Okay, you
Ooh,
get some charcoal.
okay.
you could probably draw something with that,
Yeah,
like charcoal rubbing.
yeah. There's a couple things I could probably do with this.
And that's that. Anything else y'all want to do? Look at this tree?
Um,
The tree
I'll
doesn't thank you. I apologize.
I'll
Can
pass.
I-
Honestly, Phelan just wants to like everyone to be done with the tree. She's just like, I don't trust this. I don't like this. I'm gonna stay over here so I don't turn out blacker than ashes.
I
Naya
should
wants
try
to
and heat it later.
Naya wants to reattempt sending, but we'll tell Kalina to reattempt her sending stone now that the mirrored surface is gone.
I'm gonna prestidigitation Naya's hands since they were just all up in the charcoal.
It's fine.
Oh,
It's
he
fine.
washes
So-
your
Hey, Joe.
hands. He literally washes your hands of the situation.
So
Sorry,
I'll take
she.
out the sending stone then
Uh-huh.
and hold it and be like, "Hi, Nana. It's Kalina trying again. Can you understand me?"
Yeah. Whoop, whoop.
That's my answer.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I don't
Doesn't
think
seem
it
that
worked,
much
Naya.
better.
Still garbled and not understandable.
Alright, we should go to Novale, see if they know how to contact them then. They're in Marsend.
Okay.
Let's go!
Yep. Keep moving.
On the road again, so y'all pack up after taking care of this tree, poor tree, and start your travels again.
What about
as you're-
breakfast?
What about breakfast? We were distracted.
What about it?
Is anyone else kinda hungry? Take out some rations and start nibbling on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you can nibble while you walk.
Yep. Road snacks.
So y'all travel, the day passes. Nothing really catches your eye. There's no green lights in the distance or anything like that. The road is pretty flat. You're on the plains pretty much, a big meadow-like area.
Mm-hmm.
It is the fall, so there's no really bright flowers or anything like that, but kind of the dull reds and yellows occasionally. Of course, the storm is still going to your right. The storm that was overhead has long since passed. travel is pretty easy today. The road that y'all are on is much more well traveled than it was between Cashy and the edge of the forest. This road actually seems like it has been traveled rather recently, so it's not as bad, and it's a very large, wide path. As you're traveling, though, you do start to see several areas where dirt debris, rock debris stuff has been piled up to make raised mounds and
Hmm.
things like that. Much higher areas that you kind of have to, if you wanted to get on top of it, climb up a little bit. I mean, it wouldn't be difficult to climb up, but it's definitely raised off the ground like 5 or 6 feet. These hills that
Are
have
we
been
on a
created.
slope?
No,
Okay.
you
Is
are on
this
a pretty
crossing
flat
a
area.
road?
Some of them are, but not many. The ones crossing the road have like been built or been raised on the right side or left side of the road, but the road has been mostly left untouched. This is in the grounds and the grass that's next to the road and like further away. So you see these really unnatural, like almost man-made hills dotting the landscape as you get further to the east.
Hey Naya, do you think this could be from that light show?
Possibly, but they could have been placed here intentionally if it's been storming too often. I wonder if this might be some kind of anti-flooding thing?
Could be.
And continuing on, you see more and more of these closer. Some are a little bit further, but mostly it's definitely getting more dense of these man-made hills. And you can see the part of the ground where they've taken the dirt and dug into the stone to get the material to make these hills. You get closer, and just in the distance, you can see the road split. Part of it goes like straight, and the other part curves off to the left. And to the left and right of this road, you see some strange green crystal formations that jut up out of the ground. Just a moment, I will get a map for you.
Oh, a map.
Yeah.
Every
Are they
time we
trying to cover it?
Very possible. Every time we see crystal formations, though, Naya's first question is always going to be, does it look like the ones that we saw in Kashi? Just immediate.
So there, that way you can kind of see what the formations look like.
The ones that are no longer in a vial and no longer are.
Yeah, these are very green, not blue at all.
Okay.
Mm.
And these don't look like the one from the tree as well. These are very obviously green, several formations that look like it's been packed stone around them. All the green crystals face straight up and they are spaced out somewhat evenly. You can see from the map there are several signs in front of you, and there's a rather large one to your right that has a big notice attached to it.
I would like to read the notice.
Okay, the notice says quite clearly, warning, rogue mimics ahead,
Oh,
mimic
Mm.
mist at night,
Road
Oh.
keep
mimic?
high, rogue,
Rogue.
yeah, Rogue.
There are signs on the map as well.
Yeah, well, there's. I'm assuming we're reading this one, and the ones later would be.
What? The road is full of mimics?
Yeah,
Oh!
it says warning, rogue mimics ahead in the area, mimic mist after dusk, keep to high ground.
Oh, the road. Not the road.
Great.
You have to get off the road.
Yep. And go find high ground. It's not dusk yet, but we should still probably get to high ground.
And you can see the stony bit there on the map. That is one of the raised areas that I was talking about
Yeah,
before.
where these signs are.
Uh, just a little bit to the left off the path, right next to the left green thing, you see a pile of rocks that has kind of unnaturally aligned itself just as you see there, and you see a rather larger pile of rocks to the right there that's just laying on the ground, small stones. I had to draw them in for you. And just past the area where y'all are, you see several small signposts that are dotted along the landscape there. So I apologize. I needed to do a map so y'all had stuff to look at for this one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, because now my thoughts are twofold. The signs are mimics, or the rocks are mimics. We've got a pile here. We've got a pile here.
y'all have traveled quite a bit today. You know, that was quite a trek to get from where you are to here. The sun is on its way to setting. There's still a little bit of light, but not, too much longer.
I'm thinking
Well-
since these are green, that possibly these are the where the light show is gonna happen at night.
Oh, I guess that's correct. Now, there's one thing we could do to check about those rocks.
Eldritch
Throw another rock.
blasts.
What's the question? I heard we're going to do about those rocks and then nothing.
I said Eldritch blast.
Oh,
Oh,
you're going to
okay.
Eldritch
Yeah, that
Blast
did
the
not
rock?
come
Yeah,
through.
that did not come through.
Okay. So which set of rocks you going to Eldritch Blast?
These ones.
I was gonna reach down and grab a rock and throw a rock at the rocks, but that works.
I mean, you can do both.
Let's aggravate one pile at a time.
Okay, so you cast Eldritch Blast on the rocks. The blast strikes the rocks, and if you go flying just a little bit away, nothing seems to happen.
I think the rocks.
I'm going to try and fire an Eldritch blast just past here.
Mhm.
Make sure there's not some kind of barrier that we're going to hit if we keep going forward.
Okay, you fire off your Eldritch Blast. It passes through and strikes the ground, throws up a little bit of dust and debris, nothing major.
Naya will walk up to one of the green stones
hmm
and attempt to put a hand near it.
Okay, you can easily reach out and touch the stone as it is there. It seems somewhat normal. However, as Midnight is moving
Oh.
forward between the two, Midnight walking forward, you feel kind of icky, kind of like a gel has coated your skin for just an instant and then
Ooh.
it's gone as you exit from between them.
So only at the threshold.
Yes.
Oh,
So
that felt
you could walk
weird.
through. There's no resistance to you walking through. It's just as you're walking through, you feel like you're covered in goo for just a moment, and then you feel perfectly fine again once you're out of it.
Naya is going
can
to
you hear me?
Naya is going to verbalize, yes, I can hear you, and she is going to attempt to aim a spell at Midnight through the threshold.
Okay, what spell are you casting?
I am attempting to cast. Let's see. I gotta pick one that's not a touch spell.
And you feel it too, Phelan, as you walk through. You feel
Uh,
that icky, like you've been covered in soap and you didn't wash it all off enough, so you woke up the next morning and you just feel that feeling that you feel.
And actually does
I'm
she
gonna.
puts her hands up on it and
I'm gonna attempt
the area
Sanctuary.
and she like fake falls through it to see if it would stop her, and when it
Sanctuary.
doesn't stop her, she just like kind of looks at it like, okay.
Nope,
It's
you
a
fall
it's a
through just
buff.
fine.
It's not a damage spell. It's Sanctuary.
You cast Sanctuary towards midnight.
Hmm.
Midnight, you feel somewhat protected.
Thanks.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, the spell seems to have taken effect.
Okay.
All right.
The sun's going down. Y'all hear the storm in the distance, but no new storms seem to be on their way.
I'm gonna mage hand and poke one of the signs.
Okay. Pick a sign, any sign.
This one.
Okay. You poke the sign with your mage hand and it leans a little bit.
What are we doing?
Honestly, I'd like to get out of this area, but it's getting
Yeah.
to where we need to camp.
I agree. Let's keep moving before mimics appear.
Oh,
Before we get caught in a mist and all of our possessions grow mouths. Again.
Naya, standing
Right,
where you
Bitey?
are.
And I pat my bag.
Naya, standing where you are, you hear a vibrational buzz type sound. And midnight and Phelan seeping from the ground, you
Oh,
see what appears to be a weirdly kind of yellowish, pinkish colored mist coming up. Kalina, Naya, Colfax, from your outside, you see this coming up beyond the crystal. It doesn't seem to be coming up from the ground where you all are. So there's just this slow mist that seems to be rising road in the ground on the other side of the crystals.
It's starting!
Midnight
Run!
Phelan, get back to this side.
guys, there's a colored mist coming up under you. You may not want to be there.
What? Is it not over
Get
there?
back on this side.
I'll
I
start
can't
running
see
back.
it over here.
Can we go back through?
Yeah, you walk through just fine again. You get that icky-ish feeling walking past back through it. And you get there, that mist is rising up just a little bit more, about 2 feet off the ground, then 3 feet.
Can they see it now
And
that they've crossed over the side?
yes, you can all see it. And it seems like it has stopped right along that
Right
line
along
where
that
that
barrier.
icky feeling was felt. The sun's going down more, and now you hear the buzzing getting louder and kind of a soft tone in your ear. You know, it doesn't hurt your ears, and you see the green crystal starting to glow just a little bit.
Naya will
I
back
don't
away from the green crystal.
I don't think it's safe to be here.
Run away.
Yeah, so you back away from the crystal, and as you're stepping away, you know the sun is just setting, and everything else. The sky's gotten considerably dark, and then just all of a sudden, a bright green light shoots up from all the crystals and curves to the east. And that place where Midnight felt that ickiness and where Phelan felt that ickiness kind of seems to shiver green as the ground there, the mist seems to stop right at it at this something that looks like a wall, like a somewhat invisible wall, but you know, you can obviously see it. That
It's
has
just
curved
like,
up and over.
is it kind of like the air is shimmery right there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
and it
wonder
has a
if
slight green tint to it.
is that a barrier to keep it in?
My mage hand is still over there.
I mean, you've got Mage Hand. You can still affect it.
Yep. I'm gonna have it come over and try and poke the barrier from this side.
Your
Naya's
mage.
gonna throw a rock at the barrier.
Okay, now your rock goes through the barrier.
Okay.
Midnight, your Mage Hand cannot seem to poke against the barrier. It seems like it is physically being resisted.
My mage hand is stuck.
And as you all look onward, those piles of rocks that were there seem to start to roll towards each other and clump up together
Oh.
and they form little balls of rocks
Oh, great.
that start rolling around.
The rocks are mimics.
They were rock mimics.
Can my mage hand pick one up? How big are these rocks?
They are pretty big. It's like a big 5-foot boulder of these small
Oh.
rocks that have been
So no, it can't.
there. And
Oh, the
the
signs are gone.
signs that were there start to lean and move, and you see tongues kind
They
of
were
loll
sign
out.
mimics.
I think they've turned into mimics. I think this mist is creating mimics.
And they kind of loll around for a moment. Then you see a few of the signs kind of turn their signishness towards you.
I don't want to be here to see if they can cross the border.
I'm pretty sure they can't if my mage
they-
hand can. See?
Charge at you, tongues waving in the air.
Naya is.
And they
Midnight
seem to
doesn't flinch.
stop
Okay.
right there, unable to reach you for some apparent reason. A few
Okay.
of the other ones kind of stay where they are. The rocks roll around randomly as they are. And this is going on, so the night has fallen. What y'all wish to do?
I
I would like
continue
to
to
go-
poke at the signs with my mage hand.
I would like to back away from the area to a safe point and possibly find one of those mounts to hide on.
Well, if they hadn't been stopped, they would have been they would have gotten a taste of my summer face stuff, which is fire. But no.
This is fun.
Darn it.
So you see these tongues kind of licking at this invisible barrier as they seem quite intent on trying to get to you. And off in the distance, you see more and more of these signs. And now that they're closer, you can kind of get a good look at some of these signs. And they look very weird.
It's an AI generated sign. The mimics are AI.
Yeah. Well,
They're trying to
actually use
mimic
it for intent because they're not
the
perfect.
language.
Well, no,
their
I mean
thing.
I mean that's what it means. It can't replicate a real looking sign.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I used it for the exact reason of that. So y'all see these signs coming at you and
that was the
tongues
joke.
coming out.
Yes.
Yeah.
On a few of them, you see rather realistic looking mice
There's rogue
Uh,
Mikus? Hatsune
on the
Mikus?
side. The signs
Long
definitely
Grud,
seem a
read
little
my
bit
arm.
confused.
Oh my god, that's what all these different Brazilian Mikus and stuff. This is what it's all been leading to.
I just want to point out that Weird Sign 3 says minimum distance for breakfast. I
Yeah.
feel like that was not a mistake.
Oh no, I intentionally made them say different bad stuff. Yeah, that was
No, like
just the
I
AI.
think there is a minimum distance for the mimics to eat breakfast. I think that's correct.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
So, yeah, you have all these signs. A few of them look like each other, but none of them look like that initial sign on
Yep.
the side you all are. That is pretty clearly rogue mimics in the area. Mimic mist after dusk.
That's a lot of mimics.
Are they reacting
Yeah.
to being
Guys, did
poked
anybody notice
repeatedly?
They
that,
are not.
Did
They
anybody
don't seem
notice
to be
that minimum
reacting to-
that weird sign 4 says minimum dies 2-2?
There's that too. Yeah, yeah. I was more focused on the minimum distance to breakfast. But yes.
I was focused on the dying. I was like, there's a minimum to die?
Can I cast Vicious Mockery at this one?
It might get reflected back at
You
you.
certainly can.
It very, very possible that it will get reflected back at you.
Would you like to cast Vicious Mockery?
Yes.
I'm gonna move away from Midnight before Midnight tries to do anything.
I'm doing this one because it's one that's through hearing.
Yeah, I just don't want to be in your vicinity when it backfires.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah, all
going
these,
to be ready with a healing spell.
and occasionally you see the little flash of green where they're slamming themselves against this
Mm-hmm.
wall. You can hear the as they're trying to lick at it and everything else, and these rows of teeth that aren't quite made correct and everything. A few of the other signs are just kind of standing back, just watching. I mean, they all have eyes and they're just watching the other. I mean, you even see one of the signs kind of shake its head.
Here's a thought. Um, how do I do auras?
So does the
So click on yourself, the gear icon, and it's radius
There
2
you go.
usually.
I'm casting spiritual guardians, and I'm going to cast it when I am close enough to be able to have some of it overlap the line.
well,
Okay,
first
so
did my
let's do the vicious
yeah.
mockery first.
Yeah.
Okay, so cast your spell.
Okay, they need to do a wisdom saving throw if it reaches them.
You cast your spell, and it doesn't seem to react whatsoever.
Okay.
So now you cast
No,
your
the
spiritual
boo-boo
guardians,
can't get us.
and the aura emanates out from you, and these spiritual beings start circling around you, and they seem to kind of push up against the barrier, but they can't seem to pass it. That barrier definitely seems to be blocking the area of effect for your
I mean, if nothing else, they're
spell.
protecting us for 10 minutes.
My mage
And
hand's probably
also
gone by now.
for visuals, it's been a while since we talked about what my spiritual guardians look like. But and I don't think that the stream has been told at all. They are basically kind of like small birds, but they have butterfly wings. I shared a picture a really long time ago in the group chat.
Butterfly birds, butterflies,
Yes.
That's
murder
pretty.
birds. So as y'all are practicing and trying to see about the spells, one of the rocks seems to randomly charge itself at one of the crystals and bangs into it. The crystal kind of shivers a little bit, and the green light going into the sky kind of shivers a little bit,
Uh-oh.
and the misty wall kind of shivers a little bit. Then, as you're watching, the sign that shook its head kind of tilts its sign to the side as it's watching you all with one eye that's on the top of the post, and you see it charge this crystal over here rather intently, and the crystal shivers and the light going into the sky shakes a little bit.
Guys.
Guys, we might want to move.
The wall kind of shimmies and shivers a little bit.
Okay.
Can I throw a rock through here before we run off?
I'm backing as far away as I can.
Yeah.
can. Throw the
I
rock
would
if you
like
want
to pull out my
Yeah.
crossbow.
Okay.
I would like to fire a crossbow bolt
Uh-huh.
at the mimic that is near the crystal.
Which one?
Well,
The one that's
my
near the
spiritual
crystal.
guardian's covering this one. But
Okay, so this one over here. Okay, roll
Yeah.
to hit, please.
okay.
And I'm just trying to throw a rock
Because I
through
have
to see if
non-magical weapons. They do
non-magical-
exist.
Yeah. That's what we're testing is non-magical at the moment.
All right. 16 to hit.
Okay, give me just a moment. I have to open up the thing here. I
7.
have to actually go to edit it instead of run it.
Meteor, are you responding to dialogue in your chat or something?
Huh?
Or
What are you
with
talking
the comments about the testing non-magical?
No.
Okay. Making sure, because I'm not seeing anything from your chat, so I was making sure.
Nope. It was just clarifying for those listening.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you shoot, Your crossbow bolt goes through the shimmering green and
Oh.
strikes the signpost there. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice. 8 damage.
What? I have a crossbow too.
Pull it out.
Okay, it takes 8 damage.
There's a
I'm
lot of
also gonna
mimics,
start-
though.
I'm also gonna start.
I'm mostly
firing
hoping to scare
at
it
this
off
one.
from trying to hit the crystal anymore.
It
I'm trying
kind
to
of
frighten it off.
doubles back, and you see the mouth on it kind of grimace, and it seems like it's much more aware of what's going on than the others that kind of rush towards you. And it lets out a "Ugh." It makes a really weird sound, growl, snarl, noise. And then another of the signpost that was back here charges the same green crystal.
That's the weird noise. It
And
makes.
yeah, it snarls in response, and they both seem to be rather intent on that crystal.
I also
Fired a
let
crossbow.
loose a
Okay.
crossbow.
Roll damage.
Don't mimics usually have an ungodly amount of HP, though?
Yes, which is why I was just trying to frighten it off.
Okay, the
Or
one over
weaken it
there that
before it
has
gets
now been,
through.
yeah, the one over there that has been hit twice now, kind of stops worrying about the crystal as much and moves to the side to kind of put the crystal between you and it. Whereas the other one still seems quite intent on banging against the crystal.
Does that barrier extend past through the crystals?
Well, there's more
I don't
crystals
know. The
down
only
below.
place y'all checked was right along the road.
Well, right, but from where I'm at, can I see an extension of it here, for
Yeah.
instance? Okay.
Yes, that little green hazy thing that connects the green lights going into the sky is definitely connecting between all the crystals and beams of light.
That's
Okay.
what I was asking. Like, you can see it
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So they can't just sneak around the crystal and come find us.
In theory, they can attack another one that we're not by.
And then further down the distance, you also see this kind of wavering green light way up to the north. And then you see one further to the southeast. Definitely not something that you saw overnight yesterday.
So it's kind of like a domed off area,
The
probably.
sun is very much down at this point. The air is chilly. Over on the other side, you see the green mist on the ground has kind of settled, like maybe 5 feet down below the top of that mound that's there.
Okay.
I think we should back up. See if we can find somewhere safe to sleep.
I think we should find high ground.
So if y'all aren't going to do anything else with these, are you going to play around with them some more?
Well,
Hell
we were-
no from me.
No.
We were trying to frighten them off.
Midnight's
seem-
just holding the crossbow aimed at
The-
this one.
Yeah, the ones right in front there are still frantically pushing themselves up against this see-through misty green wall, licking at it, kind of trying to gnaw at it, even though they can't get their mouths into it. The two that are down there by the southeast seem like they're watching you intently. The little balls are randomly rolling around.
I'm gonna
I
do something stupid, probably. I'm gonna come up to this,
No, don't be stupid.
and I'm gonna show it my biting bag.
You gonna show it the teeth of your biting bag?
Yeah.
You show it from the other side of the wall. It opens its maw wide. It has a lot more teeth. Rather interesting looking throat that seems to disappear into nothingness. And you hear it kind of laugh in a very
Okay, yeah, you're
gurgly,
pretty
laughy sound.
impressive.
don't want to be here when that wall comes down.
Out of
Can I call
Curiosity.
you Leo?
Firedale,
Yes.
it's up to you whether or not I can do this.
Okay.
Leo's
But-
pretty cool.
I kind of want to use my Word of Radiance cantrip, but not to attack. I want to use it to create the light effect from it and try to intimidate the ones that are ramming up against the barrier here into getting distance, basically. So I'm not trying to make the effect cross the barrier, but I'm trying to intimidate.
Okay. If you would, go ahead and roll an intimidation check for me. If you don't have your bonus to your expertise bonus to that,
I do not.
then go ahead and add that after the fact because you are doing something that they actively know is an issue.
Okay.
So I'm counting it as you using a tool that you have.
Right, because Word of
knowledge
Radiance is a cantrip that I have, but it's
Right.
it's the melee holy attack.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll it as if you're attacking. But
Okay. How
give
do
me-
I add my expertise to it after? Is it just the proficiency added to it?
yeah, your proficiency bonus. Just roll intimidate with your proficiency bonus if you are not already proficient in intimidation.
Okay, so I'll have to add the proficiency bonus after the fact because I don't
That's fine.
see a way to add it here. So that's +3 for a proficiency bonus. So that's 17.
One moment. Do-do-do. You do this, and the ones that were right up against it, kind of gnawing and licking at it, all immediately back away.
Very good.
Oh.
Okay.
The other two, one moment.
It's okay, Leo. The light won't hurt you over here. You and I are friends now.
The one that is the most damaged backs
Damaged?
away.
Oh.
The one that hasn't
No,
been,
Leo.
however, is still quite there, just kind of eyeing you from standing next to the crystal.
Leo, come back.
You've named it now?
Yep.
Midnight, don't be giving it pet names.
But I want him as a pet.
It's a mimic, it's not a pet.
So is my bag.
Your bag's not a mimic, it's just
It has a
It's
mouth
hungry.
like one.
It's just hungry.
it's hungry. A mimic will eat your face. The bag just gnaws at you.
In the distance from this tree, you hear a rather raspy voice that can't quite seem to form words well, but you hear it say, Go away tomorrow.
Go away tomorrow. What about today?
They'll break it if you stay.
They'll
So
break
get our
it if you
asses
stay.
gone.
Yeah, so Naya will start backing away from the crystal and start turning back the way we came.
I was gonna say there has to be a reason there's mounds back there. It's probably not completely safe.
And that came from a tree?
Yeah, the tree that's way up here.
Way up where I didn't. Okay,
Yeah.
way in the
to-
distance. Okay,
Yeah,
the
way up.
far right,
Yeah,
Is that a
Okay.
treant?
the
possibly.
tree doesn't seem to be talking. Sounds
Something
more like
in
the
the tree,
voice is
maybe.
coming from behind it.
Guys, we should leave. We should find high
Alright.
ground.
And Naya, you can kind of see from that direction after the voice kind of called attention to itself, just like at the bottom edge of that tree's trunk, something that kind of looks like the bottom of these signposts, but it's wearing a shoe.
That's clever. Okay.
Hmm?
Someone's disguised themselves as signs so the mimics won't attack them. That's clever. So Naya will not verbally respond, but will markedly like turn on her heel and go the other way, away
Okay.
from the barrier.
Now that the light show has stopped, the ones that had kind of just all turned tail and ran immediately charged back towards the wall. The other one that was kind of intimidated down there kind of takes another few steps back, and y'all see 13 little eyes kind of appear on the signpost watching you all as you back away steadily.
I'll be back tomorrow, Leo.
It's good time in front of you. Bye.
Let's
What the
just
heck
get
did
out of
you
here,
say?
please.
You gotta work
Yeah.
on
So
your
y'all back
enunciation.
away. No
Oh,
combat.
Yep.
It's now at the dark. You back away and keep backing away, and then the ones that were right up against the wall kind of start to lose interest as you get further away.
Yeah, my
And
spiritual guardians are
you're at a
still
point
up.
now where you think they don't really care. However, those other two are definitely still watching you from the distance.
I'd be going even further to the point where they can't see us at all.
Do y'all want to keep moving a little bit more?
I want to get to high ground.
Okay, there are several of these things that are smattered around the area. Hopefully, y'all can hear me.
Yep.
Yeah, can.
Okay. I keep losing
Yes.
y'all halfway through. There we
I can
go.
hear you.
So you do find several of these hills. You can get to one to where you're kind of out of eye shot of the majority of the signpost mimics. In the distance, you can kind of hear the rumble of the rocks rolling around randomly. You hear the sound of crickets and birds. And would you like to set up camp? Just keep your eyes peeled. What would you like to do then?
I'd like to set up camp, and until my spirit guardians disperse, they'll all just be they'll all kind of just land on the ground, just scatterings of these butterfly birds just all over the place.
Here's a question. Can we actually set up ground on one of these high mounds? Or set up camp? Or are we having to do that on low ground?
You
I mean,
can
we
get
have
up on top of it.
bedrolls. Yeah.
Yeah, you can easily set up camp. They are rather large enough to hold like a tent or two. These are man-made as far as you can tell. It's definitely not
Okay.
natural, and you can see where the earth has been dug up in places to gather the materials to make these hills.
So I would definitely be climbing and then trying to set up there.
Yeah, so again, it's not a hard climb. It's a pretty steady hill, but it's definitely quite a bit up off the ground. These are man-made hills pretty much. It's very obvious that they are. So y'all set up camp on top of one of these hills.
Are we pumpkining or
Yeah.
tenting?
Whichever.
The pumpkin may be a little bit more
Safe?
defensible.
Okay.
Yeah.
I toss a pumpkin seed.
Okay, you toss a pumpkin seed on the ground.
Also, point of order, did you feed the plant this morning?
I didn't
Yeah,
hear it.
I rolled it before we had the night because I thought when we started I thought that we had already done the night.
Oh,
So
okay. I'll give it to you then.
yeah. I also marked a health point off for it.
Okay. So yeah, so you throw it on the ground, you say hut, and out pops your pumpkin hut.
Excuse me.
Yeah, there's also the fact of the matter that the tent was a planar space and the pumpkin was
Mhm.
not.
Yep.
So y'all head into the pumpkin. Anyone gonna keep watch outside or through the windows?
Naya is keeping watch.
Princess is on top.
She
And I'm
will
assuming
trance, but she will trance closer to daybreak.
Okay.
And I'm assuming Drema would probably keep watch.
She will be on first watch.
Yep.
Okay,
Drema
I'll
will
take second.
happily peek out the window. She seems rather curious about the moving signs. Good boy is curled up beneath the table in the center of the hut that y'all eat dinner and breakfast at, and seems quite content to just lay there at the moment.
I could totally see Princess just sitting on top of the pumpkin watching the whole entire night.
Yeah, that's exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For flavor, when my spirit guardians end, can we say that they disappear?
They disappear in what?
Sparkles.
Sure.
Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, you cut out.
Sorry.
Sparkly.
I'll rejoin.
Well, my headset also did the thing it does.
No, she straight up cut out. Wasn't just
Yeah.
you.
I
I
keep hearing y'all
rejoined.
out
It's
of one
fine.
ear, then the other ear, then back to the one ear. Occasionally I hear
rejoined.
you from both ears. Sometimes I hear you from neither, which is complicated.
Yeah, sounds it.
Yep.
Well, I've rejoined, so hopefully it's better. We'll see.
Yay. So y'all sit up. Naya is not going to take second or third watch this time.
Yeah,
She's
Naya's
going to
taking
take
first
all
watch this
first
time.
three. Yeah, pretty much. So looking out the window, and Princess can see this in the distance. The signs do kind of amble about randomly, and everything else. The rocks roll randomly. The two that were rather intent on you seem to have moved rather conspicuously back to kind of where they came from. They're kind of lining the side of the road, and then they're unmoving. The others that were there by the wall have kind of given up on the things that they saw and have started to disperse, and everything else back along. One of them stands in the middle of the road for who knows what reason, and the others kind of spread out occasionally here and
I was
there.
kind of hoping we'd just have a line at the barrier in the morning. Just fireball all of them.
The
No,
rocks.
fine.
they're doing the Toy Story thing. Get in your positions.
Yeah.
So it's nighttime. Naya, you start your trance. Anyone else who wants to keep watch during Naya's time can. The sun starts to rise. All the signs stop moving. The rocks that were formed into a ball kind of fall apart into a pile of rubble where they were. And the lights dim away, the wall disappears, and the sun rises.
Okay.
Feel
Do
free
we
to take your
Long
long
rest.
press button? Very good.
Okay. I am feeding my plant. We can probably assume that I do that every morning.
Well, and I think we had mentioned it before we ended session last time, and it was
Yeah.
just lost and everything because of
Yeah.
where we started.
No, you got to do it every morning. It's you got to do an
Yeah,
action
you,
every
you have
morning.
to
now.
you
Come
have to
on.
state it every morning. It's important.
Yes, it's very important.
So you awaken. I need Princess to please make a perception check, if you would.
Okay. Perception is.
As soon as Naya's awake, she's
wisdom.
gonna try the door.
16.
Okay. Princess, from the north, you see a humongous boulder rolling right towards the pumpkin. It is coming with such speed you have
Everybody out! Everybody
Princess
out!
can take one action.
Everybody out now!
Naya's gonna face step out.
Yeah, I will. Yup, same.
You have one action.
Trying to find. I'm gonna Misty step out.
Okay. So Naya face steps out. Kalina Misty steps out. Colfax, Phelan, Midnight, Princess. What are y'all going to do?
Well, Princess is sitting on top.
So Princess will fly up.
Okay. Princess flies up.
If you'll let me, before Kalina teleports out, can I? Oh, I don't know if I can do all this at once.
Well, I
but this'll
mean,
be up to you.
technically, the face step and the misty steps are bonus actions. Technically.
Yeah, well, I'm counting that as the action you can do.
Okay.
You can
I-
do one action regardless of what it is. If you want to move, it's a move.
Yeah,
That's your action.
this will be up to you if I have enough time to do this, Firedale. I want to offer my ring to Kalina, and as soon as she takes it, I'm going inside of it.
Okay. Yeah, you can like throw your ring in the air and let Kalina catch it. I will let that be a free thing because that is, that's a movement thing. I won't say that that's too complicated, so you can do that. If Kalina wants to take the ring, you can do that.
You
Yeah,
just
I'll
switch
catch it.
mics.
Yeah, did you just switch microphones?
Yes, I had to.
Okay.
Just like
Yeah,
we
I
have to
got
turn you down now.
where- Yeah, I apologize. I got to where I couldn't hear you all at all.
Who is that? God, is that you?
It's God.
Um,
He's come
it
to
is-
smite us
Oh
all.
my god!
You call.
Oh hell
So-
no. He's sentient.
All right, so
Yes.
Kalina, you now have my ring, and I have disappeared as soon as it touched your hand, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I face step out as far as I can get.
Where are you face stepping to? I face stepped over to where Phelan is. So
Basically.
30 feet.
Okay, I need to.
Give me just a moment because this is important. This is where this changes.
Yeah, we are on a hill
Map
at the
changed.
moment.
Yeah, we're in a different area.
Yeah.
Okay, so the pumpkin was here where people are clustered,
Pumpkin
yes?
was in the middle, yeah.
Okay, so let me.
And I'm assuming you would have faced the door towards the road.
Yep. And the boulder was
What
coming
direction?
from
What direction is the boulder coming?
From the north.
from up here. Okay, so yeah, I would have sidestepped. Wherever I could have gone to not be on the. Well, technically, we're on the high ground, right?
Yes.
And the boulder's coming from the north. This is lower, right?
Correct.
The boulder might get stopped by the high ground.
Do you want to risk that?
I'm still gonna face step, but I'm gonna face step to the top of the pumpkin. Unless the hut's gonna vanish. Which I don't think it does.
No, the hut doesn't vanish.
Yeah, I'll just face step to the top of the hut.
Okay, so Naya face steps on top of the hut.
I'll do the same.
I'm gonna watch
Oh,
this.
no. Oh no.
I'm gonna do it a little bit before Kalina does, so that I can trigger my fire without hitting Kalina. I'm gonna roast a little bit of pumpkin where I'm stepping.
I wanted to like try to do an acrobatics out the way, maybe.
So it's 3 fire damage where I've stepped.
So there's the pumpkin. How's that?
Okay.
So you
Sure.
fire step on top of the pumpkin.
Yep.
3 fire damage. All
3
right.
fire damage.
The pumpkin takes 3 damage.
Am I able to try to like acrobatics myself out the way, or?
Well, right now you're in a pumpkin. The door is facing north, so you have an action. You can open the door as part of your movement if you so choose. You can either stay in the pumpkin or try and exit the pumpkin. Everyone else, the other 2 people, kind of had magical ways to get out through the windows.
Yeah, that's why I was like, can I just acrobatics out the window?
Yeah, you can just run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends if the window's big enough for you to get out of. Is it?
I mean, you can open the door as part of your action, so you can get out the door and go to the side or whatever.
Hey, you can kick the window out if you want to and jump out.
I'll kick the window out and jump out.
Okay. Alrighty. The pumpkin takes some more damage, but you manage to kick the window out. So you're going to jump out to the right or to the left? Or to the back?
Where is my right and where is my left according to this darn map?
Right.
Well, up is
left.
up.
Boulder's coming from up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go to the left.
So you jump out. Coldfax, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna misty step my tiny little elf butt out the place.
Oh, you have Misty
Everybody
Step
has
as
this.
well?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 of us do, apparently.
A lot of us are part of the teleportation club.
Yes.
There
I'm
is a reason
assuming-
I took Fey Touched.
I'm assuming that Drumma is on top of Good Boy, and Good Boy is going to dart out of the building.
Yeah, you
That is my
actually don't
assumption,
see
too.
Drimma, but you do see Good Boy jump out the window that Phelan kicked out.
Is Good
None
Boy
of us opened the
eating
door.
Dremma?
The door's just
No,
Good
I
on her.
think
Doors are for suckers.
Drumma disappears in combat situations. That's what this is.
Dremma just melds into Good Boy. Makes me think of Ranga in
I-
Slime.
I
No
feel
one
like it's a
seen
Red
this.
Riding
Fine
Hood
thing.
kind of situation where he swallows Grandma, but then Grandma can still come back out.
Drumma disappears from sight every time we get into a fight, and she comes back every time we end a fight. I've noticed because Naya's looked for her.
Yep. This is
Yeah,
why I
every time
picture
y'all-
like the Ranga situation.
Yeah, when y'all
But-
see her, she's always laying under Good Boy.
Anyways, there's a
So,
boulder.
Kalina and Naya have teleported on top of the
Yep.
pumpkin.
Yep,
Okay,
Mhm.
just
this
watching.
humongous boulder comes in from the north, and as you see it rolling along this flat ground, it jumps into the air.
It jumped.
It jumps into the air,
That's not a boulder. It has
opens
legs.
up,
It's a
Oh,
rock.
and appears to be some type of giant that looks very rock shaped, flies through the air, and lands striking the pumpkin with its full might.
Okay.
The
I was
pumpkin
gonna-
crumbles.
I was gonna offer it some roast pumpkin, but okay.
The
Sure.
pumpkin crumbles where it is. Naya, Kalina, I need you both to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Pumpkin house. No.
Can I very quickly cast an emboldening bond between the two of us, or
Too
no
late.
time? Too late? Okay.
Yeah, this was kind of going on while y'all were doing the moving around. It got there very quickly.
13.
Yeah, now you manage to jump off and dive just before the pumpkin lands.
Dragon
Everything.
messages.
Kalina
Kalina
got a
also
15.
gets to.
Yep.
any fall damage from jumping off the top of a hut?
That was what
No.
the saving throw was for.
Yeah. It's all good, Andy. So it takes out the pumpkin. Princess is left flying in the air looking down, and y'all now see this very tall looking stone golem like creature kind of standing there all hulky. One of its feet is down on the road, its knee is bent, and the other foot is standing atop the now crumbled pumpkin. And that's where we'll go ahead and call it.
Okay.
Man, that pumpkin had hopes and dreams. Now the only hopes and dreams it has is becoming a pumpkin pie.
So note to self for next time. Witty one-liner about if you really wanted to smash the pumpkin, you could have waited for breakfast.
And I know we're ending a little bit early, but I don't know that we could have a good round of combat with this and still
Yeah,
end on
combat
good
takes a
terms.
bit.
Curse
Yeah.
you, Billy Corgan!
That thing
And
is
his
scary.
name is, just in the distance you hear, and his name is, and then that's where we end it.
Yep.
So thank you all for stopping by again to enjoy the signpost mimics that we had, and this random stone guy who decided to crash the pumpkin party.
Okay.
So hopefully we see some people next time we play, and thank you
Yeah.
all very much for in the Demon's Grasp.
Yes.
Bye.
And for
Bye.
those
Have
of
a
you
good
online,
night,
thank you so much for
everybody.
watching. Thank you for listening, and I'll see y'all next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Poof.